Careful.
So we actually thought yesterday was a pretty big day. I mean, we hiked up a mountain. We took Charlotte with us. It rained, it poured. We survived. We came home, we did chores, and I was in collecting eggs, and I thought, oh, okay, we'll collect eggs and then we're done for the day, right? Wrong. Actually, we got two broody hens, but one that we were focused on, and she had some eggs tucked up underneath her, and we thought, okay, well, really low chance. Like, what are the odds this is actually going to do anything? Probably slim to none. But anyways, I walk in the chicken house, and what do I hear? Beep, 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 beep. So, check underneath of her. Sure enough, there's a few chicks. Look on the chicken house floor. Sure enough, there's another chick laying there, actually laying upside down. I was like, oh boy. Carmen thought maybe he was going to die, but as luck would have it, we were able to tuck that little chick underneath the broody hen for the night, and everybody's doing fantastic this morning, right? Awesome, right? So now fast forward a few hours to when Carmen comes out to do some chores with their nieces and nephews, and they're working in the garden, and they came over to the shop to get something. What do they hear? Peep, 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 peep. Well, if you wouldn't know it, in behind the shop, the other broody hen, which we haven't really seen brooding for a while, probably because she's been underneath the chicken house laying on those eggs, she has a flock of 8 little chicks floating around. So, what a magical day it's been. Everybody in the blue chicken house here now, but yeah, so this is one mama with 8 little chicks floating around. And here's the other mama here. With 1, 2, 3, and I think she's probably sitting on one back there. Pretty cool, anyways. So anyways, yesterday I said I was going to talk a little bit about grass and the different stages of growth, and it's pretty magical. I've got a couple of different pieces of grass here. I've got this little one, this one that's slightly bigger, and then this great big tall one here. So this is the magic of the universe, I tell you. So if you think about what this is made out of, this is biomass. This is just organic material blended together with sunshine and stardust. You add sunshine, photosynthesis occurs, it transfers carbon dioxide, turns into carbohydrate, which feeds the plant, and the plant grows. So there's 3 stages of this for this grass to grow. And so you've got, you know, your baby phase, your small grass. This is your juvenile stage. Then you get up into the reproductive stage, or the adolescent, almost like puberty for plants, right? Where you get lots of growth, lots of shoots off. We're not focused so much on establishing roots. We're more established on getting up and maximizing the amount. So you can see how many strands there are on this grass, right? This is maximizing the amount of photosynthesis that can occur. And the next stage is retirement, or the blossoming age, right? So you can see it's shot all the way up through the adolescence age. And then what do we got here? This is the flowering or the blossoming. This is where the plant is mature. And so it's putting all of its energy now into this, right? This is where it's gonna be able to create these seeds, and then basically this plant will die, and the seeds will fall and produce a new generation of grass. Now, if you're rotational grazing, you may be thinking, okay, well, do I want to keep it up here? Or do I want to keep it here? Or do I want to keep it here? And what a lot of people do is they keep it here, and this is a mistake, right? So we want to move whatever animals you've got before it gets to, or well, let them in after it gets to here, and get them out before it gets back to here, right? So this is your stage where you got the maximum amount of photosynthesis happening. So you've got the maximum amount of biomass being created, maximum amount of carbon dioxide being used to be turned into carbohydrate to feed this plant, right? To continue this growth. So if you're rotational grazing, you don't want to get it into here. You want to get it between this one and this one, right? Between puberty and maturity. And when they nip this stuff down, before it gets to here, kick them off into the next pen. That way you've still got more than just a single strand that's absorbing that sunlight, that's there to capture water, to capture nutrients. You've got well-established roots this is your friend right here. If you let your animals come down and graze down to these single strands or very, very low lying things, the plant's gonna, it's basically like in the autumn, right? The plant's gonna focus solely on storing nutrients for the roots and going into a dormant phase or into a recovery phase where it's not gonna actually do a lot of actual growth. And even if it is growing, you're not gonna get a lot of nutrients into it because you don't have all of this stuff absorbing that sunlight. So right now in behind our shop, we've got a 1 acre plot. We've got 2 sheep in there, and they'll be able to stay in there for probably about a month until they eat it down, certain stuff down. There's gonna be a lot of it's gonna get up to that mature stage that they're just not gonna wanna touch. So on that plot of land, we could probably keep 5 or 6 for about 2 weeks, and then it would be time to move them. So that's just something for your consideration, depending on the grass types you've got, the soil types you've got, how much sunlight, how much rain you all get. You're gonna be plus or minus that amount, but you should be able to keep 5 or 6 sheep on an acre of land that's got good grass established. We know with this plot back here, it was kind of scrubby. We've been going through some regeneration stuff, actually using sheep to do that. And by next year, we'll be there. 5 or 6 sheep will be able to spend their entire summer there, and we'll flip them back and forth between 2 paddocks all summer long. Okay, so I'm back from the fire hall now. What were we talking about? Rotational grazing. The key is just keep moving, constantly keep moving. That's going to be a little bit extra work for you, which might be, you know, some people think, well, you're crazy, you're going to move your animals all the time. But honestly, that's good for your animals. It's a good way to interact with them, calms them down. It also helps you get a better look at them and say, okay, well, you know, are they acting normally? Do they need any kind of treatment? Are they healthy? And you can get, you know, better pasture management too. So it's always going to be a benefit anytime you can work hands-on with your animals, interact with your animals. But for now, what is it? It's 10 o'clock at night. I am in desperate need of a cup of tea. So I'm going to let you go for now. I think tomorrow we might be doing a garden tour. I'm not sure. I'll talk to Carmen. But it might just be a weed bed tour, not so much a vegetable tour. But we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I hope you have a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow.